dogs will follow me.
As the internet continues to evolve over the years, there will be more communities that will be built on the internet that are made with people who share a common interest. Some of them are positive, some of them are negative, and a lot of them are just weird as hell. And yes, there are a lot of communities that are very weird. So today I want to talk about the weirdest communities on the internet. And by the way, this is going to be part 1 because I couldn't fit a lot of communities in this video. I only have 4. So with that being said, let's talk with the first one being VTubers. VTubing, aka virtual YouTubing, is a genre that originated in Japan where it involves a content creator using an avatar, particularly one that is anime inspired, with the avatars themselves being rigged using complex mathematical equations and coding, using their iPhone's face tracking to track their faces, and bada bing, bada boom, now you've become a VTuber. One of the most popular VTubers you guys may have heard is Ironmouse, who went toe-to-toe in Twitch subs in 2024 against Kai Cenat. Now these VTubers range from corporate VTubers who are under a corporation, and then you have independent VTubers, with the indie VTubers making up majority of the VTubers in the space. Now what makes this community weird is that nearly every single female VTuber has to have one of the most gravity-defying assets, childlike VTubers having voices that honestly make me wonder if they snorted 10 freaking cylinders of helium to get their voices so high that I get a second migraine just even thinking about it. And of course, their fans. If you try to go after one of their favorite VTubers, expect to be put on the death note and collapse to your death. These fans will defend their VTubers to the bitter end if it means that they can stay as a positive community of degenerates. But in my very honest and educated opinion,
the male VTubers are worse.
There'll be male VTubers who try to deepen their voices as much as possible to sound manly for the girls, and honestly, looking at them, they all look and sound the same. And if you're a guy and you like this, chances are that you're gay and you meet right these VTubers like there's no tomorrow. But yeah, they're not all bad, it's just that they're cringe, and the same goes for their fans. And I can assure you there has to be a bunch of fanboy VTubers in this space, just looking at how weird the entire space is. Well, I guess the entire VTuber space is really weird because I just so happen to have found a couple of fanboy VTubers.
As a fanboy, I've had people buy used panties and socks from me, okay?
Now next up we got is the My Hero fandom. There is not a single person who loves this community. My Hero Academia, created by Kohei Horikoshi, is a series about a quirkless high school boy named Izuku Midoriya, aka Deku, who gains a quirk named One for All from his idol, All Might, the #1 hero and the symbol of peace, and he aims to become the greatest hero and also wants to become the symbol of peace. And man, let me tell you, this show is freaking amazing. I watched it back when I was in high school and I thought it had to be one of the best action shounen series I've ever watched in anime. But you might be wondering, if the series is great as you said, then the fans must think so too, right? And you'd be right, but here's the thing.
TikTok cringe started in 2021.
And the same cringe managed to infest itself into the MHA community, turning it into the most infamous community that is associated with cringe.
Love your mother and you make her proud. You write your own poetry every night. When you go to sleep and I'm seizing the moment, so would you wake up and notice me?
Now what makes this fandom cringe is their toxic shipping culture, where the fans often ship Bakugo and Deku, 2 of the main protagonists of the series who are both high schoolers, and perform some of the most god-awful TikToks on the planet, and some of them are gay as which makes you wonder, how did this fandom become so cringe? That's because whenever you have something or someone becoming so popular and gaining attention, it attracts the most psychologically inept individuals who will do all sorts of weird things just because. And the fan art doesn't help either. They're also willing to send death threats to Horikoshi, the author of My Hero Academia, because he didn't make their fanfic a reality, and they will argue with anyone who doesn't even follow their mindset. And yeah, you can say that they're just kids and they'll grow up from it, but I guarantee you, as soon as they become adults, they're gonna look back at these videos and try their best to scrub every single thing to save their digital footprint. Employers are gonna see these videos that they've made when they were kids and won't hire them because of them. If this is you, your best bet is to make a career on the internet trying to be cringe as possible. Alright, continuing the lack of care for digital footprints, let's talk about Therians. Not to be confused with furries, and no, I am not a furry, it's just a YouTube avatar, go touch some grass. Unlike furries who already know that they're cringe and they basically have already accepted it, as well as they know that they're human on the inside and out, they always believe that they're not cringe and that they were an animal in their past life and identify as an animal in their current life and do whatever the hell this is.
It's time to go to a picnic, but not just any picnic, one of, if not the biggest furry picnics, Megaplex 2025 picnic. That is what we're heading to today.
What did I just see?
So in my kindest and most generous words of the wise, they lack psychological support. Honestly, I never understood the point of being a furry, so how the f am I supposed to understand the point of being a Therian? They believe that they were animals in their past life? You know what? That one I can understand. You wanna know why? Because I know in my past life, I was serving as the World War II mustache man's right-hand man and prayed that one day that Germany would rule the world. Yeah, so do you see how dumb that sounds? And honestly, any logic that you try to use while conversing with this community will only make you look retarded. Whenever a YouTuber makes a video talking about Therians will always jump to that video and crash out in the comment section because they got made fun of. And shoot, maybe they'll find a way to crash out on this video too just because I'm making fun of them as well. They are willing to defend their community to the core and labeling those who make fun of them as haters. So yeah, fair warning to any YouTubers who want to make a video about Therians, expect them to call you all types of slurs. Not to mention they'll try their hardest to explain Theriantropathy, whatever the hell that is, and how it's in their nature to be Therians and how they didn't consent to being born as a human. But at that point, that's the same thing as not consenting to being born. And even if you were an animal in your past life, you're a human in your current life, you dipshit. But hey, no logic comes from individuals who lack a father figure in their lives. Alright, now the last one we got is looks maxing. Just saying looks maxing is already making my brain rot. Looks maxing is a trend that originated on TikTok where people try to achieve the best looks or rate each other's looks based on the looks maxing meter, I guess. In other words, insecure people trying to achieve the best looks on the planet by mewing and achieving the hunter's eyes and getting the sharpest jawline. Yeah, they're far gone at this point, I'm not gonna lie. Now there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself and looking good, but the looks maxing community tries so hard to get the desired looks, like pushing their eyes to make them sharp to get those hunter's eyes, and trying to fix their faces by pushing their problematic areas. First of all, if you're doing these things to achieve a better look, yeah, you might want to go dress up as a clown and sign up at the circus. The position is already open, bro. Self-care is good, but this isn't self-care, this is obsession. Even doing the most basic self-care routines can get you a pretty good looking face, as well as eating right and exercising. But what makes this even stranger is that there are also apps where you can rate your face based off of looks maxing, which I'm gonna say is total BS anyways.
Know your place, trash.
And there are also accounts on TikTok where they post edits of different dudes who look handsome but not themselves, because let's be real, if they showed themselves to the world, they're mediocre. So yeah, that is it for the video. I'll probably make a part 2 in the future to this because we ain't done yet. So subscribe to get a part 2 and check out the video on screen. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video whenever that is. Later.